Baby daddy drama just won't stop.
I can tell by the look on your face. This is quite a shock.
What if I wanted to go back to Randall?
I'm sorry, but this was a bad idea.
That church, they're like gangsters, man. All right? Be careful. Seriously.
Pay close attention, Levingy fans.
Who's that?
Your worst nightmare.
This episode will leave everyone asking,
And this is...
Yeah, Jennifer. Yeah, we met.
who the is Jennifer?
Who the beep is Jennifer indeed? That's the synopsis for, that was the trailer for Digging Up Old Dirt, which is the next episode of If Loving You Is Wrong, airing on April 23rd. Guys, I mean, this month is coming to a close fast. My gosh. But, wow, this is an interesting trailer. I mean, I feel like I'm at a loss for words, guys. I get it. I feel like there is a lot of hype around the show. And I swear, if I did not start reviewing this show, I'll be missing out on a lot of stuff. But I don't want this trailer to just be about Alex, though. And Ian, we didn't get too much of anything else, but okay. A couple big things, people are talking about, oh my God, is Marcy going back to Randall? Because she said that is like, what if I wanted to get back together with Randall? And it looks like, Brad is face palming. I'm not going to lie. I think that's her just asking an innocent question. I think it's their first date. They're taking it slow like Marcy and Brad both wanted, but she's asking the real questions. It's kind of like in the previous trailer for the episode we just saw, A First Date. Esperanza asked Larry, could you hire someone to kill him, in reference to Eddie? And then when we get to the episode itself, I'm just kidding. So can you imagine Marcy asking that question of Brad? He does a face palm, questions everything that they've been through, and then Marcy's like, oh no, I'm just kidding. Look, I'm all for sarcasm and whatnot, but for a first date, I don't think that's the best question to ask. It is a very legitimate question because of the fact that Alex has 24 hours to look over the divorce papers, because Marcy made a good point in the last episode. Yeah, let her look over the papers. That way, after she signs, there's nothing she can contest to. But 24 hours is 24 hours. There's no telling what will happen between now and then. Then, if they do start dating, who's to say old feelings won't reemerge, and what happens if that occurs? So, very good question, but I think it's a very awkward situation to be in for Brad. Larry and Eddie, it looks like Eddie does take Larry up on his offer to come by the office, which, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't this something that was set up in the episode Let It Burn, the first episode of the season, when the show made its return? Crap, when did the show come out? Was it February 27th or no, March 19th, when Eddie caught up with Larry at the hospital, and then he invited him over to the office. So Eddie is going to make that appearance, and it looks like, based off of what Larry was telling Eddie, is like, once I've built this case against you, you don't have to worry about me, but a group of people like me coming after you. And just the look on Eddie's face, in the past few episodes, Eddie don't die, or Eddie ain't afraid of nothing. I'm not saying he's afraid based off his face in the trailer, but it looks like he's listening very attentively to what Larry is saying. Almost like the episode when Randall asked Eddie to come by his house, and Randall was very smug, talking about, the fact that Julius, his grandfather, is about to die, and he knows about the vendetta between Eddie and Julius, and once the father dies, Eddie is going to most likely die. And then in that scene, that face that Eddie had is very similar to the one that he was when he was listening to Larry. So I think that Eddie is probably in trouble. And then that begs the question, what in the world is Larry trying to get Randall to read? It could be one of two things. It could be, one, the results of the DNA test that the doctor gave Alex, but I don't know how Larry would get those. I'm more willing to bet that Larry is trying to get Randall to read the paperwork that came from, Esperanza, because based off the organized paperwork and folder that Esperanza had at the restaurant, one might assume that she reconnected with Larry between the time that they talked and Larry got all this stuff together with her, so that way she could present it to Eddie. But then that breaks continuity, because she literally said, let me talk with Eddie first, and if it doesn't work, then I'll contact you back so we can move forward. So did Esperanza talk with Larry off screen to get this stuff together even after she said she wouldn't reveal dirt that can ruin his life? What the hell happened in 2 hours? God, see what I mean with continuity and consistency? Doesn't make sense. Esperanza's in a cell next to Kelly saying when she gets out of there, he's done. That was pretty funny. Tanya comes over to Randall's house for whatever reason. Either she's having another episode because she's not taking her pills, or she caught Randall looking into the house with the binoculars and then wants to confront him about it, and then says, you know, if you talk to me or come over to me again, then I'll call the cops. That's funny. Nobody's going to believe you. And then she has like a confused look on her face. I believe the synopsis in the next episode is Randall gets a fair warning from both Larry and Tanya. So I'm guessing it has something to do with that. And then, you know, her calling the cops, and Larry, I'm guessing, giving him a fair warning to read the documents, but I don't know. And Margaret, the woman that came to, what was it, like the clergy or whatever? What was she, like the deaconess or what? She came over to the jail to talk with Kelly and pray for her. But based off how she's looking, one may assume that she knows things aren't right with Travis, or were right with Travis in the church, and that might explain why she's crying. Maybe she did pray just like Kelly requested, and God showed her the truth. And then I believe Rick is doing the voiceover saying, you gotta be careful, this church is like gangsters. So I don't know, it leads to what I say, like Rick poking around, then Margaret coming back. These people need to be careful because they might get picked off. And then finally the Ian Jennifer thing. Guys, I don't really need to talk about it because I've already done like 3 videos on it already, and I have like 3 more to go. But the doctor is pretty much calling out Alex for a crap. Like, look, you've told so many lies, and it's pretty obvious that you have another lover. That's pretty much it. And, you know, she comes over to Lucian's and Natalie's place for dinner. That's when he sees her, Jennifer, and that's the end of the trailer. So I'm very interested to see what's going to happen next week. Let me know your thoughts if you're interested as well. I think that If Loving You Is Wrong has turned up the heat. Like, literally, I know some people are like, man, this is boring. This is bull crap. The story's gone on too long. I agree, but the whole Ian factor has spiced things up for me, so I'm very interested. So leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Congratulations on making it to the end of this video. If you like what you just saw, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, or if you have anything you would like to add to the video, make sure to leave your thoughts in the comment section below. If you want to keep up with me on social media, go to the description box. All of my links for social media are right there. Also, if you feel like you would like to donate to the channel, make sure to click on the link to PayPal. Any amount helps. $1, $5, $20. As a full-time YouTuber, any support from my fans really does mean a lot to me. Finally, make sure to hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification icon. That way you're kept up to date on any new content I post to the channel. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you in the next video.